Good morning, everyone. I'm Jonathan J. Reinhardt from War Gaming Recon, and this is the Pandemic Coffee Break. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. I'm here with my trusty Tim Hortons mug, decaf Earl Grey, cream, and Splenda. Now, as usual, please drop a comment to let us know that you're watching live, so that we can say hello and see how you're doing. So get those comments in there. And we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. So this is going to be a little more less intensive than yesterday's. We talked about some pretty deep topics, and today is going to be a little more mellow, which is kind of cool. It's nice to mix it up a little bit. So I want to talk about a few things here. So first, we got some new gear going on that I want to share with you. And so you might notice a little bit different, just slightly, on the lighting. And that's because yesterday evening, actually, got some cool new lights that came in for the studio. So I actually have one up over here that's giving me a little bit of brighter light, and another one back here that I have a little bit of a softer thing going on. And these lights are newer 176 LED lights. They're really small, and they can fit on top of things like a camera. They can go on light poles. I can actually hold it in my hand. And what I did was I actually wanted the 176s because they have 176 little LEDs in there, which are really cool. So I get much brighter temperatures. They're bicolor, and I can really kind of dial it in, and they're very portable. But I'd like there's actually a whole kit you could get with the older 160s, which are these. And so these are boxier, right? They're not as fancy, but these are cool for things like as a backup, or as a secondary light. Let's say I forget the other stuff, or if I wanted to use it as there's a thing called like a hair light. So you kind of see right now my hair has a little bit of light on it. It's because I have an LED, not LED, but I got it's almost like an LED, a light, a fixture above my head. So that's used like in Hollywood to kind of give a little bit of highlights. But if I'm out in the field or whatever, I can have one of these to kind of go and going back. These old ones are very rudimentary. They just turn on and they go bright. See how bright that is? I'm going to blind you. And then they go dim. So there's not a whole lot of things there. It comes with a diffuser, which this kind of gives you a little bit of a softer white. Here's all the cool LED lights in there. Or, and this is mounted so you can see on my SLR, it has this one that kind of gives it a little bit of a warmer light. So we're just going to do this. And so that's a little bit of a warmer light that you get there. They're awesome because they all run on batteries. You can use an old style Sony battery, and newer makes their own. These older ones have a panel that pop off. So you pop the battery in there. These are rechargeable. These older ones can also use 6 AA's, so they can get popped in if you need. The new ones, which are slimmer, which I can't show you right now, I'll show you for another one, but they're set up. The newer ones, actually, you can plug in with a little DC 1.5 volt, I believe it is, to 7.5 volts, something like that, adapter. So you can plug it into the wall if you wanted and just have that mounted permanently somewhere. So those are really cool. And I'm really, really excited about those. It's going to help up the game. The kit for the 160s that I have, these older ones, came with light stands. It came with batteries. They all came with batteries. It came with this nifty bag. So I can fit light stands in it. I can fit all my stuff in it. Ultra portable, which is really, really, really cool. So very happy about all that and how snazzy that all is right there. And I want to point out, just in case any of you ever want to get lights, because let's say you want to take better pictures of your minis, or maybe you're going to take some videos. You want to share some videos with people of games you're playing, or maybe you're going to be doing, I don't know, a virtual gaming convention. like Let's Roll Con on May 16, 2020, 10 a.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you sign up for those games. Let'sRollCon.com. You're going to want some lights. One thing to point out, if you ever buy these, you might see videos and reviews from people saying that if you put the battery in, you can't get the panel on the back, and that's wrong. So on the 160s, you can. These are cheaper than the 176s, but I like the 176s better. So either one works. Let's say hello to some of you who are in here live. So good morning, Dave. Thank you for joining us. And Court, hooray! Thank you for coming. So happy that you were able to make it. Very, very exciting. Hello, Philip, all the way from England. Oh, you having some afternoon tea? And oh, yep, the white balance on my camera. You are correct. That is an important thing to do. Hello, Jorg. Thank you for joining us. And Philip brings an important point here. So with extra lights, you actually want to go in to your settings and change things up a little bit. So I'm using a webcam here, and it's a Logitech Pro webcam. And I can actually go in and I can mess with some settings there to change my white balance or how warm or cool I'm looking. So that kind of gives you stuff there to play with, and that's important to look at as well. Something that we can do next time for another pandemic coffee break. And hello, Scott. Thank you for joining us. Scott says, first time watching anything other than videos. Aberdeen, Scotland. Wow, way to go. So cool. And I want to show you some cool stuff here. So first thing I want to talk about, other than these cool lights, is the pandemic. And I know we kind of don't want to hear about the pandemic anymore, but I want to share something that's really, really neat. So there's an app I use for mental health called Headspace, and you may have heard of it. The app is free, but to actually get like all the kind of stuff you need a paid subscription, and it recurs every year or something like that. And they have some free stuff in it, but what they're doing now is they're offering some activities for mental health because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And so I want to show you what you can get, and they're giving it for free. So let's go ahead and screen share for you so you can see what this is. And if you go over to here, this is headspace.com/COVID hyphen 19. And they have a little blurb here about what you can do. And you see right here, these are part of what you can get for free in the Headspace app if you register. But even if you don't register, you can just go right down here and they have some things. So it's basically a 10-minute reflection on dealing with stress, a 10-minute reflection on walking at home, or if you're panicking. I've used this one before, and I've used a relieving stress one too. This one's a 3-minute one. So these are kind of like quick hits. If you're really into stress, you're feeling overwhelmed, a lot of anxiety, something's going on. This new normal just is hard for you, maybe, as it is for a lot of people. And this is one way that you can just kind of take a moment and really deal with it. So that way you can kind of just take a deep breath. Like my eldest upstairs, you might hear, needs to be doing. She needs to take a deep breath at this moment. You can take that deep breath and just really kind of calm down and deal with it. And Headspace is wonderful for what it does. And I would highly recommend that people give it a try. So it's something that you could check out and give it a go. And like I said, just head on over to headspace.com/COVID hyphen and the number 19. So I don't know if any of you have used Headspace or heard of it before. There's other ones out there. Calm is an app for iOS and Android that people like. There's just a lot of different options out there that you can get at. So if you need help or you know someone who does, this is a really cool resource to point them to. And you can also go ahead and get and you can just sign in. You can click on subscription if you want and get a whole. Then you can get a free trial. And they have all this kind of stuff for how you can pay for that. They have family pricing, kids, student pricing. And if you don't want to pay, you can still make an account. And like I still have one, and mine should open up for all of you. So mine's not paid, but you can see different things that I've done and stuff that you can get access to. So it's really cool. It lets you do a bunch of stuff, and a lot of it you don't need the subscription for, and some of it you do. So that is a neat option for anyone who needs a little bit of extra help to kind of get through stuff, or if things are a little difficult, especially during this pandemic. Because the pandemic is hard, right? There's so much going on, and it's hard to keep up with everything. And there's a lot of changes, and change can be hard for people. Even good change is hard. Let me show you a really cool thing I got in the mail. So I got a wonderful package. I'm just getting it all for you. I got a wonderful package from Things from the Basement. And as Court says in the chat, anything to get your mojo back. Yes, and you really need one's mojo for what I'm about to show you. There's going to be a really cool Kickstarter coming up for Things from the Basement sometime this month, I believe, where they will be crowdfunding a bunch of new kits from the Battle of Gettysburg for the American Civil War, where you can build a lot of farms and buildings that were pivotal to the conflict. I have some here. So first up is a split rail fence. And we're going to open this up and show you. And now I haven't built any of this. So that's something I will be doing. But this is just so you can see. And look at this. So right here, see the bases, right? And look at each of those rails. And you'll notice that one end is a little bit thicker than the other. And that's because, look at here. So this goes into each piece here. And then there's little holes, and you can get these in. And so you'll be able to create the split rail look. And this comes with 2. So you can have 2 of these and get 4 segments of rail. At least that's what I have anyway. So that's really exciting. I can't wait to work on this. It looks really cool. I'm not sure final pricing for all of these. It's going to be on the Kickstarter for what the backer levels are and everything. So I can't speak to any of that. But stay tuned to thingsfromthebasement.com because they'll have information. Their social media will have information. As I find out stuff, I'll have information about it. And it'll be on Kickstarter as well. So that's the split rail fence. That's really neat. And then next, I have 2 buildings from the Leicester Farm. So first up is going to be the barn, which you can't see because I'm covering it. Leicester barn. Just taking these out of the nice plastic bag. These are really nice plastic bags. One of the really cool things I love about working with MDF is when you take them out for the first time, you get that great wood smell. And I don't know, that just brings me back to my grandfather's workshop. I used to spend a lot of time there as a kid, and he was always working with wood and doing things. And so this really helps me to kind of go back and reconnect with all of that. So let's take a peek. We got some, oh, look at these barn doors. Gorgeous. Nice detail on them. Other doors here with the familiar Z pattern on the back gives a little extra stability. Places for door knobs. Oh, these are just gorgeous right here. You have what appears to be some walls with a cutout for a door here. Very cool. What else do we got? Oh, so this looks like it's probably foundation stuff for there. And you can, as we get a little closer, you can see all the stonework that you can paint. Give a little extra color right there. Very, very neat. Jorg's in the chat saying Farms Gettysburg Kickstarter launches second half of May, which means I have plenty, well, sometime anyway, to get this going. I'm going to get this built and everything for them. Prices are being developed, and he's going to do a 15 mil version as well. Very cool. Roofing. Look at this. Door. You've got what appears to be some fencing. What else we got? Oh, more walls. Look at that. Nice big barn openings. Wow. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. I'm sure I'll find out what these are all for in the instructions, which I have, but I have to look at them. More roof. I love the roofs that Things for the Basement comes out with. They're just really pretty, nicely created, easy to work with, easy to do. Court says 15s. Yes, I know. You do love your 15s. The thing that fell out, probably an extra piece that doesn't really matter, like an insert. We'll hang on to it just in case. Oh, and look at this. Wow. You can really see the roof look right here. Look at that. And this doesn't open. You can see on the back, but that's a nice detail. And, oh, wow. Gorgeous. Great, great, great stuff here. Wow. And then I'm going to show you the Leicester House, which is Meade's headquarters. But first, I'm going to put the barn in a separate spot so I don't mix up the pieces, because that, as we know, is something I would totally do. Okay. This is very exciting here. Don't mind me, I'm just spilling little things all over my keyboard and computer here. Yeah, there we go. Move it up to the side. So, roof supports. Again, I love the way Things in the Basement makes these roof supports. Very intuitive, easy to build, and very sturdy. Adds a lot of support. So here we have what appear to be chimney pieces right here, and more foundation. Very nice, very well detailed. And this is really nice, thick MDF right here. I'd have to measure it to see how thick it is, but that's like really sturdy. So you're going to get a nice build out of this. In the house, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can tell it's the house right there. More chimney work. Wow. And more sides of the house right here. Very awesome. And we come to windows. Oh my goodness, look at all these windows. Wow. And all these here, I believe, frame the windows. So let's see if I can get nice and close for you. There's little pegs right around the edges of the windows, and I believe these all go around in a specific order, of course, that go and help to create a box effect around the windows. That's awesome. And more roofing. I love these. Absolutely gorgeous. So look for this Kickstarter coming out second half of May. Make sure you have all your shekels ready to be putting down on it. I am very, very excited about it. And it'll also be in 15s for those of you who need the smaller scale. That is pretty awesome right there. I got some other stuff in the box from Things in the Basement, which I'm not going to show you today. I'm going to stretch it out and show you another day. But I want to thank Jorg and everyone over at Things in the Basement for sending these review copies to us and say that we're working on them and getting them going. It actually ties in with another thing I'm going to show at another time. I might actually do a whole, they call it a haul video on YouTube, a video there where I bought a lot of spray paint. I bought like $100 worth of spray paint, and partly because I wanted to make sure I had paint for working on the farm stuff. So that is something I'll be sharing with you all at one point as well. I want to give you a peek to let you know that I believe this Friday, Adrian will be here with me on the pandemic coffee break. So that's going to be really cool. And we'll see what we talk about then, but it should be really nice to have him here and we'll be chatting. I haven't actually like chatted with him like this for a while since the pandemic began. We've texted and things like that, but to actually have that going on, so that's going to be really cool, and to have him with all of you. And then I have an update for everyone about the ticket situation for Let's Roll. So, as of yesterday, there's been about 100 registrations for people to come to the convention. And so far, we've sold about 20 event tickets. And I say sold, but they're free. You know what I mean? And why don't I just give you another look at Let's Roll? Because maybe you're thinking, oh, yeah, I want to go and I want to play and do stuff. But maybe I'm worried that I'm not going to remember the password. So I haven't created an account yet. Or maybe I haven't picked what games I want to play. So let's take a peek and see what we have here. So let's pop on over. So let's rollcon.com. As I said, it's May 16th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what you want to do is you want to go to my account, and you're going to actually have to register an account and everything. It's free. You just sign up. And once you do, you get in and you want to come to my account and game room. And this says all the games. I'm not going to go through all of them because I went through them yesterday. But when you create your account, you go, but then make sure you scroll to the bottom, because down here it shows all the games that you can play with later time slots at the top, earlier time slots on the bottom, and then you just pick the game. Let's say you want to play in Zombicide. You choose how many tickets you need, 1 ticket, whatever. You can see here, Mago's Escape is already sold out. And if you click on the little eye, it gives you information about it. So this is the one that Alvaro Ariz is doing. He's a co-creator of Clash of Spears. But there's still room for other stuff. So let's say you want to do Johnny Quest. And you're like, what is Johnny Quest? You click on it. This is the one being done by Peter Bryant. It's New World Order role-playing game. There's room there. I talked yesterday about playing with Stefan Pokorny up here. There's still room there. So you make sure you go ahead and do this. Maybe you want to play Black Seas. Adam Carrier is doing it. You can go ahead and get some tickets. And so you click on all the tickets you want. You're like, oh, I want to play this. I want to play Ultra Combat. I need one for Mars is a Lie. And I need one for Cube of Death. And so forth. And you do them all, and then you click on next and you work your way through. There's no cost for any of this. So you just go ahead and do it. And it's really just, it's super easy to go ahead and play. It's a virtual gaming convention. And on the game list, it'll tell you how things are going to work. Generally speaking, you're going to need some sort of camera, like a webcam and a microphone. Generally speaking, a lot of computers have it built into them, or tablets and things like that can do it. But it all depends on what the service is that's being used. So you look at that and you'll see what that is. And the GMs are the ones for each game. They're picking their own platform for how it's going, whether it's going to be done on Zoom or Skype, or you can even play Battlecry right here by email. And they're taking care of all that. But you pick the games you want to play, and the GMs will work with you for how to get access and how to play it and all that kind of stuff. So it's really neat, and it's a cool thing that you can do. So there we have it. Well, I want to thank all of you for joining today's pandemic coffee break, and just say thank you for your support and for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow with another pandemic coffee break. You know the drill, same time, same place. And the videos always get saved so that you can see them afterwards on YouTube and on the Facebook page. They are there. Weather is nice, a little chilly, but nice here. So I should be able to get out to do some spray painting today. I didn't forget, I'm still working on that covered bridge. I'm going to be working on these farm buildings here, split rail fences and all that kind of stuff. So it should be really cool to make some progress with all of that and share it with you. Well, now I want to make sure you remember one of the most important things, whether we're talking about the pandemic or anything in life, you listen to the experts, listen to the people who are professionals and know what they're talking about. Do not listen to Karen on Facebook because she's wrong. Those healing crystals will not work. Trust me. The doctors, the scientists, the medical professionals, they're the ones who know what they're talking about. Listen to them. You won't regret it. Trust me on this. Really important that you do that. So please be kind to yourself and to others. Remember, good enough is good. We will get through this, all of us together. It will pass. I promise you. And until it does, for as long as I'm working from home, I will continue to do pandemic coffee breaks here every weekday, Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless something comes up and I change the time, but I'll let you know. And I believe I'm also going to be continuing a thing I started this past weekend, where on Saturday evenings, I do a hobby hangout, where I head on over to my game table where I build and paint and all that kind of stuff. And I throw on a webcam and open one of these up, and I live stream and I chat with all of you, and we can all just work on projects together. So that'll be something that I think I'm going to be doing, and we'll see how that goes. And I'll put notices up about that for when it happens. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, no matter how busy you are, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how much time you're drooling over these Farms of Gettysburg Kickstarter stuff, and you can't wait for them to come out, and you're hoping you have enough money to buy them all, you know that you need to, you have to keep on gaming. Thanks, everyone. Be well.